This time around, and this is Sports Plan. Everything happening in the world of sports, and we know. I'm pretty sure you have an idea what happened yesterday, talking about the Champions League.
Yeah, the most, will I say, the biggest story yesterday. PSG
Yes,
crushing Brest 7-0.
the 7-0. I don't know between that and the Real Madrid match. I don't even know the one I would say is the biggest because we were not expecting Brest to actually go through. But talking about Man City, Real Madrid, did you even have any hope for Man City at all?
There was hope now. Manchester City, a top team. A top team. We're expecting, of course, they've been struggling at the moment, especially against big teams. But they were struggling, hoping to probably see a stalemate or a very difficult win. But it didn't seem difficult for Real Madrid yesterday.
Okay.
Just thumping, 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 and
Indeed, but before we move to the Champions League, let's talk about what is happening in our own home league. Yes, let's talk about what's happening in the home league, in the MPFL, the Nigerian Professional Football League, and talking about yesterday and also today, there will be matches going on. Now, El Kanemi Warriors actually played out a 0-0 draw with Bendel Insurance at home in Maiduguri, and Aqua United FC, they played another 1-1 draw with Rivers United, and Bayelsa United actually did play a 2-2 draw with Nasarawa United. Sunshine Stars played a 1-1 draw with Kano Pillars, and Abia State Warriors FC, yes, they played a 1-0 win over Rangers International, and finally that was a win because there were so many draws yesterday. And we also have Niger Tornadoes actually getting a 2-1 win over Heartland. Shooting Stars played a 2-2 draw with Lobby Stars, and if we remember in that match, a reminder that O.C. Martins, after scoring the 2 goals for Lobby Stars, he was actually sent off with his second yellow card, yes, his second booking in the 77th minute. And Ikorodu FC played a 2-1 win over Plateau United. Yes, that was how it went down on the 19th of February, talking about yesterday. And the matches we have for today will be Katsina United taking on Eyimba. Now, Eyimba have been on a series of losses, serious ones, heavy ones we would say, and they are also out of the Confederations Cup, the CAF Confederations Cup. But somehow they will be playing away in Katsina against Katsina United. And Remo Stars, who are actually topping the league, they lost the last match, but let's see what happens against Kwara United this time around in Ikene Stadium, Remo Stars FC Stadium. Now, talking about Eyimba. It's like this season is not working. The People's Elephant is they're not matching well this season. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they don't have the weight anymore.
They've been struggling. They've been struggling since last season. Since Finidi, or rather George Finidi, led there to manage the national team. They employed the assistant coach. The young man struggled, and they had to go back to get Coach Iguma, I believe. That's his name. I hope I got his name correctly. And at the moment, 11th on the block. To be getting everything right in terms of changing the board, the chairman.
After 24 games,
yeah.
And they're having 34 points.
So they're struggling. We must see that. But let's see what happens. They're not the only big team struggling across the globe at the moment.
They are not, but it seems theirs is the worst.
No,
one of the worst.
Manchester United is 15th.
Well, you're talking about
Barely,
Nigerian.
No, I'm just trying to. I'm just talking about clubs globally that are struggling at the moment. I'm not saying they should, relax and just keep their hands akimbo and wait till. No, I'm just saying this is the situation at the moment, and hopefully with what they've been doing, trying to put a lot of things straight in the club, hopefully things turn around.
Okay, now. Like I said, these are the matches we have today. Yes, Katsina United will be facing Eyimba by 4 p.m. today, and Remo Stars will be facing Kwara United by 5:30 p.m. today at home. Yes, and we can see the log. Yes, we can see the log. And on the log, we know Remo Stars are still topping the league with 48 points. Shooting Stars are actually second on the log with 41 points and a goal difference of 5. Rivers United are having 39 points, the goal difference of 5 as well, having played 25 matches. Abia Warriors are rounding up the top 4 with 39 points, and Ikorodu City FC, they are rounding up the top 5 with 38 points. Now at the bottom of the league, we have on 17th place Sunshine Stars, who are having 28 points and a goal difference of -14. Nasarawa United are having -7 goal difference and 27 points. Aqua United are having 24 points and a goal difference of -8. And Lobby Stars FC, they are the bottom of the league. Yes, they are running up the last 4. They are the 20th of 20. They are everything at the bottom right now. And I don't know, it used to be Nasarawa United, and now we are seeing Lobby Stars there. And they are having 23 points and a goal difference of -11, having played 25 matches as well. So, like I said, this is what we have from the Nigerian Premier Football League, and we'll be seeing what will happen at the end of today's matches. Yes, from 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. and even beyond, there will be matches. Yes, that will be happening today. And let's talk about now what is happening outside Nigeria, but also to Nigeria, talking about the Super Eagles star, Ademola Lookman. Now, he's also Africa's best. That is worthy to mention. And he's currently facing a saga with his coach, talking about Gianpiero Gasperini. Now, a lot happened in the Champions League aside playing football and scoring goals. We've been talking about that, knowing that Man City is out, but a lot of things are also going on. Now, Atalanta lost to Club Brugge 3-1. Yes, they lost to Club Brugge 3-1, and they are out of the Champions League. Talking about the playoffs, they lost that and they are out. But it did not end there. Why? Because in the post-match fixtures, talking about what Gasperini said, he said in his own words that Ademola Lookman is one of the worst penalty takers he has ever seen. He went, I would say it in his own words actually to make it better. Now he said Ademola Lookman is one of the worst penalty takers I have ever seen. He wanted to take the penalty after scoring a goal. He took the ball despite Retegi and De Calera available to take it. I didn't like what Lookman did. Now, this is what he said after the match. I would say quite emotional, because sometimes emotions push you to say things.
You know, he was expecting to get back to probably get something out of that match, probably a comeback or something, but, you know, it just didn't go the way he expected.
You are expecting a comeback, but you're already losing the match.
Yeah, it happens now. We've seen teams go down. Okay, look at Barcelona, Benfica. What happened? Benfica was going top and all that, but somehow Barcelona came back, rallied back, and won the game. So that was what he was expecting. In the game of football, it's I never say, well, you do not give up till the last minute. You know, so probably he was expecting that, and somehow he felt Ademola Lookman dashed his dream.
Okay, now talking about Ademola Lookman dashing his dreams.
Or hopes, rather.
Or hopes, I would say. Now, you were losing 2-1 to Club Brugge, and the entire team didn't seem to know what they were doing. Now, let's not just talk about in the Champions League. Atalanta have been struggling without Lookman being present. He's been on an injury list. He's been seriously injured, and he wasn't fully fit when he came on for this match. Now, imagine how desperate you have to be to add a player who is not 100% fit. Still, he shows up. Now, Ademola Lookman scored in 34 seconds after he came on.
That's really...
In a team of fit players, the unfit one scores the only goal to put that hope back for Atalanta fans and the players, because they are already given 3 goals already, and it was already 3-1. Now he misses a penalty, and you are having problems with it, saying he's the worst penalty takers. Now, I don't know how you are going to judge that, but now let's listen to what Ademola Lookman said. In his own words, he said, "It saddens me on a day like this to have to write this statement, most of all because of what we have achieved together as a team. Being singled out in the manner I have been not only hurts, but also feels deeply disrespectful, not least because of the immense hard work and commitment I have always put in each and every day to help bring success to this club and to the incredible fans of Bergamo. In truth, I have dealt with many difficult moments during my time here, and the majority of which I have never spoken about because in my opinion, the team must always be protected and must come first. This is what makes what happened last night even more hurtful. Now, we don't know what he's been through that he's not talking about, but to be honest, do you see him as being disrespected indeed?
Yeah, it was very painful and disrespectful at the moment, but I must give kudos to Ademola, the way he reacted, a very calm reaction, not one out of emotional.
He's a very calm player.
Yeah, not one out of emotional outbursts, calling names or misbehaving or something like that. But of course, I would want to make reference to how fans actually did. Will I say blow this out of proportion? I feel probably it was a bit blown out of proportion. This is something probably the club, the manager and the player would have sorted out.
But the manager
probably
did not speak to
he
him
didn't. So
he came out in the open
to have
if you can't
to
address
have
someone
said things like that.
If you can't address someone privately, don't you think they should also reply you as you did?
So that's just it's a player coach situation in a club with a system or something like that, because if things continue like this, we may likely see an Osimhen situation happening to
I think we already seen an Osimhen situation.
So you just my admonishment to Lookman is just to keep calm. It was a very emotional reaction from Gasperini, probably a selfish emotional reaction. He should have been calm. He should have shown maturity. He should have said softer words or something, but he didn't. So it's just that's my only admonishment. Keep calm. Try to sort this out in the calmest way.
Well, as calm as it might be, Nigerians have come out in great numbers on social media to show their support for talking about our own Super Eagles star and Africa's best. Yes, not just Nigerians. Quite a number of Africans have also been involved, throwing in their support behind Ademola Lookman, saying Africa's best should not be disrespected like that for any reason. CAF also released a video which is allegedly in reply to Gasperini's comments, where they actually showed his wonderful skills, and he also holding his African Best Award, saying you have to look, man. You really have to look. You have to look. You can't deny it. The support
Lookman has been getting from Africa, from Nigeria. It's so amazing, and I hope we continue.
Exactly. Talking about the Super Eagles official page, also quoting his release statement, and also saying we are with you at day all the way, with the Super Eagles flag and the Super Eagles icon as well being there. So it seems Ademola Lookman is not alone. A lot of Nigerians are also saying this is not the first time they have seen something like this. But reports are also going that this summer Ademola Lookman will be leaving Atalanta. Even without this issue, he was already scheduled to leave the club in the summer. Now, while some Nigerians and fans are actually supporting Ademola Lookman, the other side are saying Gasperini made Atlanta and he what he is in Atlanta. Now, let's not forget that he actually helped, or should I say spearheaded, the Europa League win.
Hat-trick.
The hat-trick. Only he did that. And this was Gasperini's first ever trophy. He's 67 years. He has never won a trophy. He's always runner-up to Coppa Italia or the Italian Super Cup somehow. And this is the first time he's winning a trophy, courtesy of Ademola Lookman. And Lookman has been the best player so far this season and even from the ending of last season. Now, talking about the penalty he missed, Lookman has actually tried 6 penalties and has scored 4 so far. Retegi, who is supposed to be the designated penalty taker, has only scored 2 out of 4. So I don't know. Do you actually side with what people are saying, that Gasperini also had a hand in what Ademola Lookman is right now?
It's happened. It's not just like Ademola said. It's not just about him. The team, they actually did contribute a lot to how well he's done at the club. The coach also, because if he didn't get the playing time, because we've seen clubs whereby, in as much as players show their mettle, they show the quality, coaches just on a personal level would not want to, you know, play them or something.
Yes,
but so
it's
kudos to Gasperini, it's kudos to Ademola, it's kudos to the team, and that has actually, you know, brought out all this and at the forefront. But at the end of the day, it's going to this is going to, will I call it, is going to be a signal, warning to clubs, to coaches, managing top players. Yeah, not just talk, but how you talk about African players. Now, I think everybody's going to be cautious, because I believe a few years ago, everyone would have said, oh,
it doesn't
really matter.
It's Africa.
It's Africa.
But now everybody's coming out.
I believe coaches will now be careful. Oh, come on, you have to be careful so that the whole Africa doesn't come back, come at us, or the whole, you know, Nigeria, because the influence is really, really very massive.
Indeed. Now, let's talk about what happened in other Champions League matches, because it wasn't just Atalanta and Club Brugge. Now, we have to still talk about AC Milan actually being knocked out by Feyenoord, yes, on Tuesday, and that match ended a 1-1 draw, but it was a 2-1 aggregate, and AC Milan, they are out. Bayern Munich had a narrow win over Celtic with a 1-1 draw, but an aggregate of 3-2. That gave him a narrow win to move on to the round of 16. Atalanta, we already know, is out of the game. Benfica played a 3-3 draw with Monaco, and that aggregate was 4-3, and they are through to the round of 16. Talking about Benfica, and on Wednesday, yesterday, Borussia Dortmund played a 0-0 draw with Sporting, but they are through to the round of 16 with a 3-0 aggregate, having won away at Sporting home. And PSG, that was another cracker of the night, talking about playing 7-0 to rest, and they had played 3-0 initially. That gave the tally to 10-0. I don't know, that was quite heavy. 10.
Yeah.
That's like spelling the club twice.
Yeah, very heavy. Yeah,
heavy defeat.
Yeah, very heavy defeat on Brest.
Yes, like, and that was 7-0 to PSG, and already, of course, we already know that they are through to the round of 16. And PSV actually gave a shocker last night, defeating Juventus in extra time, and that was a 4-3 aggregate. They had actually lost 2-1 in Turin, in Italy, but they came home and decided to turn it around with a 3-1 win over Juventus, and the tally goes to 4-3, and they are through to the round of 16, and Juventus is out. Now, out of 4 Italian teams, only one remains, and that is Inter Milan. All other Italian teams are out of the game. Yes, they are out of the Champions League. And Real Madrid, of course, they made it a cracker. Talking about Kylian Mbappe, he is the #1 star of the night against Man City. Guardiola's men did not know what hit them at all. But I think they had a glimpse of what would happen in the last match. Talking about at Etihad and in the Santiago Bernabeu, Kylian Mbappe ran riot alone, a one-man squad, a 3-1 defeat. It was a hat-trick for Kylian Mbappe, and he was, of course, the man of the match and the honor of the ball that night. So now we know where the standings hold, and we know that the draw of, talking about the round of 16 draw, will be taking place tomorrow by 12 p.m. Nigerian time. Yes, that is when it will be happening. Now, let's talk about the Europa League that will be happening today by 6:45 p.m. FCSB will be taking on PAOK, and that will be by 6:45 p.m. Roma will be taking on FC Porto. Yes, by 6:45 p.m. as well. Still by 6:45 p.m. Bodo Glimt will be taking on 20. Galatasaray will be taking on AS Alkmaar, and then Anderlecht will take on Fenerbahce by 9 p.m. And Victoria Pleasant will take on Ferencváros by 9 p.m. as well. Ajax will take on Union Saint-Gilloise, and Real Sociedad will be rounding up by taking FC Midtjylland by 9 p.m. and the aggregate is 2-1 so far. That is what we have on the Europa League, and I think, thank God, Manchester United is not part of this playoff.
No, Manchester United not part of the playoff. You know, already.
Yeah, so they are already in the top 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at least that is something Manchester United fans are grateful about, aren't they?
Yeah, of course. You know, not one of those weeks where you're having to, you know, see games that are very, games that are very tense. Like you see your team playing and you're so worried, oh, what's going to happen or something. So it's not one of those weekends. It's not one of those weekends. It's not one of those weeks. So, of course, United fans should be very happy with it.
Now, talking about Manchester United, they have just, should I say, released or made public their finances for the last 3 months, down to the 31st of December 2024. And Manchester United actually had massive losses this time around, including the amount that was paid to actually sack Ten Hag and Ashworth, talking about 10.4 million pounds. That was what they lost simply because they had to renew his contract and then sack him. First of all, we all know that is not a good move. It doesn't say well of the management. But they lost quite a huge amount of money and had to increase ticket costs. And now the Manchester United Trust Fund is saying that they should not, since the problem is not from the ticket funds, you are the one wasting money. I think ticket costs should reduce back to what it is. Now, the decision to extend Ten Hag's contract in the summer and then fire him was not a good one. Just 9 games into the season, and it cost them 10.4 million to sack Ten Hag.
That's a lot of money.
One
of the reasons why Ten Hag hasn't, started any job at the moment. At a point, reports had it that Borussia Dortmund were going to get him, but looking at his wage bill at Manchester United, they said no, we actually can't pay this or something like that. However, when we're talking about increase in ticket costs, Manchester United, they are not the only team to have increased their tickets very recently, the likes of Tottenham or something like that. So it's you won't blame the fans, you won't blame the foundation for how they are reacting to all this, because you cannot waste 10-point-something million in pounds, and you expect to increase the cost. So that's the situation at the moment.
Okay, now with this we come to the end of Sports Splash. Let's see what happens this weekend when we have a lot of games coming up in the EPL. Yes, but we will have to see what happens this weekend. Talking about Man United taking on Everton, who are you giving it to? Quickly.
Manchester United.
You're giving it to Manchester United. Okay, yes. Manchester United will face Everton by 1:30. Ipswich will face Tottenham by 4 p.m. and Bournemouth will face Wolves by 4 p.m. Leicester City face Brentford tomorrow by 9 p.m. and Southampton will face Brighton by 4 p.m. on Saturday. And with this, we come to the end of today's Sports Splash. Join us again tomorrow and same time, same place, of course. This is ABS. Bye for now.